Today we're going to talk about hairstyling and basic hair care tips. Many of the patients who see me for hair loss ask me about the safety and use of hair color, and it's actually completely fine for them to use hair color. I do like to ask my patients if they have itching after they color their hair, because if they do, they may have a contact dermatitis to one of the ingredients in hair dye or hair color. This ingredient is called paraphenylene diamine, or PPD, and it also can be found in henna dyes and henna tattoos. If they have this problem, they should ask their hairstylist to use a different dye that does not contain that PPD derivative. When patients complain that their hair is very brittle and breaks easily, the first thing I like to ask is whether they've used any heat treatments, such as curling irons, flat irons, or a hairdryer at a very high setting, because what they don't realize is that high heat can be very damaging to the cuticle. If you love to curl or straighten your hair and you don't want to give it up, what I would recommend is using a curling iron that has an adjustable heat and use the lowest heat possible. And also, don't do it every single day. Maybe just do it twice a week. It can be very helpful to use protective coatings on the hair. Look for products that contain either silicone or dimethicone. Some of them have natural oils, such as linseed oil or safflower oil, and those can help to protect the cuticle and minimize damage from heat. Almost everyone develops split ends at some time over the course of their lifetime. The only real cure for split ends is a haircut. We can use things such as silicone or dimethicone base to coat the split ends, but these only last until the next hair washing. The products have to be reapplied. There's no magic treatment that will glue those split ends back together. If you're looking to have very clean, beautiful hair, one step might be to install a water softener. That will certainly help on your shower head, because this will help remove some of the elements like magnesium and calcium that are contained in hard water. And as you know, these leave behind a soap scum on your bathtub, and when your hair dries, they can actually leave the same residue behind on your hair. Keratin treatments are certainly the rage right now, and the thing I would say is be cautious who you go to and what the content of chemicals are that are used in the treatment, because the FDA has recommended that the percentage of formaldehyde be kept to a very low level, and in some salons they're exceeding this level or doubling, tripling, even using 10 times the recommended amount. And this can be damaging not only to the hair but also the vapors to the eyes or when inhaled.
Hair highlighting procedures have been done all over the country, all over the world, with huge success. They're very popular and complications are very rare. However, there seem to be an increasing number of cases of ulcers from the highlighting procedure, and we're trying to investigate why. The cases that we have so far seem to be predominantly in teenage girls, possibly perhaps because they don't know that it's not supposed to burn, so they may tolerate it longer than a more mature person who's had several highlighting procedures in the past. We don't know exactly the cause of these ulcers, but we suspect the heat and the persulfate, the powder bleach. I would caution anyone who's having hair highlights, particularly if it's their first session, to let the salon know immediately if you're having any pain, and also request that they use the lowest setting of the heat if they use heat at all.